Hey folks, this is Game Master Mike here, and before I get started with the history of how I got my Game Boy, first, you don't mind if I do all these vlogs about the history of myself and how I got these video game consoles or video games, do you? Because it is very fun and interesting to tell all of you. Don't get embarrassed or anything, but I want to show all of you about it. And also, I've been a train wreck all last week because everything going on. It's been snowing a lot here. They do not plow the roads in the area where I live or salt them. They just let it sit there until it stops or there's school the next day. And so I've been risking it, and I've came close to wrecking or sliding into a ditch, which is very costly because I don't want to do that. And so, let's get down to business. This video, sort of a vlog video of how I got my Game Boy Color. So first, when the Game Boy Color came out, it was we got ours about 1999. We bought it at Walmart. They only had two colors available, which is purple and clear purple. We all pitched in, me and my sisters, and we got a purple Game Boy Color. Now, we did not own any Game Boy Color games, but it took us like a long time to save up for it, and so me and my sisters had to like pitch in because we did not have jobs. We had to like beg our parents for money. As long as we do chores, not all the time they give us money, but we had to put up with it, and so therefore we bought the Game Boy Color, and we had like hardly any Game Boy games. But the Game Boy Color looks interesting because it's a Game Boy that has color, as you can see. By the way, this is not my original Game Boy, by the way. I got these much later. And so, I wanted to get Super Mario Brothers DX real bad because it looks pretty awesome. I tried a demo on it once, a long time ago, and it is amazing. And so, with my money, I still didn't have enough for it. I believe it was like $40. But instead, I bought Wario Land 2 for the original Game Boy. And it is pretty neat. I played it on my Game Boy Color. Love the color and the other graphics in there. And my sisters apparently bought two bad Disney ports for the Game Boy, which is Aladdin and Mulan. Now, I cannot beat them because they were shit. Complete shit. And so, we didn't like finish the levels. Got really frustrated to it. And so, we only had like 6 Game Boy games at the most. And so, therefore, this happened at school. So I took the Game Boy Color to school, the purple one with Pokemon Red. Now I'm pretty sure that over the complete history of times, other people had their Game Boys either stolen or taken by the teacher. Well, I was playing it at school, you know, in the cafeteria before school started during breakfast, and I had like a group of people watching me playing Pokemon Red. And then this teacher grabs this Game Boy Color out of my hand that says, "This is mine, I'm taking it away from you." And so, she hands it to the teacher and says, "Yeah, this is Mike's Game Boy. He was not supposed to have it in school. And so, therefore, I got in trouble for having a device at school that I'm not supposed to have." And so, I believe this was a few days ago, the Game Boy was still sitting on the teacher's desk. I did not tell my sisters or my parents about it. And so when the teacher left and the kids left, I was the last person to leave. Oh, by the way, this happened when I was in the 4th grade, by the way. I snuck by the teacher's desk, took the Game Boy Color, put it in my pocket, and ran. Teacher did not realize that I took something that I own. So, I got home. I was happy to see my Game Boy. I immediately started Pokemon Red up, and guess what? I was almost done beating it, and the teacher erased it. Yep, erased the file. So I had to start all over again, and I was pissed. Oh, so therefore, I saved up my money, and I bought Super Mario Brothers DX for the Game Boy Color. It was the very first Game Boy Color game that I've ever had. And I was amazed with it. And so, during a class field trip to Gettysburg, I took my Game Boy Color with me, which I took from the teacher's desk, which should have not taken away from me. And I was like playing it like on the bus, everywhere. So one time when I was walking down the steps, I sort of tripped and fell, and the Game Boy Color fell out of my pocket. It like fell down like 2 or 3 stories, and it broke. Basically, the cover of this like snapped. The screen was like all oozy black, and the game would not come out. It was destroyed. And so, what was I going to do? And so, when I got home from the trip, I got home, showed the broken Game Boy to my sisters. It says, I tripped and fell. They know that it was an accident, and they did not get mad. And so, my grandpa knew about it, and he bought me another Game Boy Color. This one is the green one. Which, well, I was very pleased on it, because much later they released different colors to the Game Boy. And so, right when Oracle of Ages and Seasons out, we saved up our money again and bought those 2 games. And we played it, and we had fun with it. Well, folks, there you go. That is my videos of the history of my consoles or video games, of how I don't take wonderful care with it, and now I am very protective to it. So I want to give you a heads up of why you should always protect your things. Thank you for watching.